Welcome to this week's FWI News Review. Coming up on this episode, Farmers Weekly unveils its Farmer of the Year, freak weather causes havoc in Devon, and sugar beet goes high-tech. Scottish beef and arable farmer Adrian Ivory has been named Farmers Weekly's Farmer of the Year. Adrian collected his award at a glittering ceremony in London this week, along with 13 other top UK farmers. Jimmy's Farming Hero star, Jimmy Doherty, was crowned NFU's Farming Champion. He spoke to Farm Life editor Tim Ralph.
Also with us here is Jimmy Doherty, who's picked up the coveted Farming Champion of the Year award. Jimmy, how does it feel?
I'm very taken aback and very, very humbling. It's a wonderful event, and it really adds a bit of glitz and razzmatazz to farming, which is needed.
And one of the main factors in your win was, of course, your wonderful six-part series, Jimmy Doherty's Farming Heroes. Tell us what you were trying to say in that series.
Well, what we're trying to do is re-engage the general public with their farming landscape, basically.
Well, congratulations again. I imagine, being the TV star you are, black tie do's, you're doing this every night of the week, are you?
Well, no, this is back in the high shop tomorrow, I'll tell you that much for it, yeah.
Well, enjoy your evening.
You can see more of this year's awards at fwi.co.uk. Hundreds of sheep have been drowned in East Devon after freak weather caused the River Otter to burst its banks. More than 100 millimetres of rain and hail fell on Thursday, almost the entire monthly average rainfall in just one night. The NFU says up to 500 sheep were washed away as fencing disappeared. FWI space user Combine Keith took these photos showing the worst of the flooding. You can see more of them at fwi.co.uk/Combine Keith. If you think beet cleaner loaders aren't the most glamorous pieces of kit in the world, think again. This Euro mouse machine from Germany could prove to be one of the most high-tech pieces of kit ever found on a UK farm. What looks like a combine header is a series of rollers that suck in the beet before they're cleaned and sent to the waiting truck. And what's most impressive is the whole machine folds down to something just 3 metres wide that can go on the road. The only downside is that you'll have to write a cheque for £250,000 if you want one. And finally, a lecturer at Harper Adams has swapped rural Shropshire for southern Afghanistan, as Tim Ralph explains.
Richard Byrne may be used to lush green countryside, but right now it's a dusty and arid landscape he's most familiar with. The Royal Navy reservist is in Helmand Province on a 6-month tour with 3 Commando Brigade. Richard is an agricultural land use advisor working on a range of projects, many to do with growing alternatives to poppies. He says it's similar to the work he does at Harper in some respects, except he doesn't have to wear body armour, a helmet and carry a gun when he visits a farm in Britain. Richard's going to be a guest blogger on Field Day, keeping readers up to date with his experiences in the months ahead.
That's it for this week. For all the latest news, go to fwi.co.uk.